Oh, it is just sweltering. It's 90 degrees in Los Angeles right now, and it's too hot to be filming in my shed, but I'm filming in my shed because I'm set up to do so. I moved into this house in January and it wasn't hot. I'm going to set up my air conditioner real quick. Okay. It's going to be way too loud, I bet. Okay, I might just have to do this and be really hot. Okay, so today I want to talk about food and weight loss. Back in, let's see, it's 2017, something like 2013, 2012, 2013. My brother introduced me to a movie called Fathead. It was mostly a documentary about restrictions put on us by the health industry, basically dictating what we can and cannot eat, or what we should and shouldn't eat, mainly in regard to fast food, because it was kind of in response to Super Size Me, where basically we're told eating McDonald's is going to make us fat. So Fathead was kind of in response to that, both to be like, who cares if it does make us fat? It's all right to eat it, and also no, it's not going to make you fat, and here's why. And also talking about like low carb, why people demonize fat, animal fat, saturated fat. Before I watched the movie, I was like, that's total crap. And after I watched it, it kind of changed my whole outlook on what I was eating and food and everything. I started eating a low carb, relatively high fat diet. And I ate that way for maybe 6 months. And in that 6 months, I lost about 35, 40 pounds. But then, that's because I was kind of on the hype of like, this is how I should eat. But then over time, you just sort of like get back into your old habits, and kept still knowing that that's how I should be eating, but not really carrying it out. So I gained a whole bunch of weight back. Not all of it, but a lot of it back. And was kind of sitting around 215, 220 pounds. That would fluctuate a little bit. So recently, I got married this year. I got married last year. It just seems like it this year. To be on the same diet, I don't know how many of you are married, but being on the same diet can be tricky, especially if both people care about what they eat, and if both people have kind of a different philosophy, I guess. But recently, a few months back, my wife got interested in this diet beta test that this Beachbody like guru fitness woman was coming out with. So you basically sign up to become a part of this program, where you get like educated on things. You hear from experts, nutritional experts, and diet and weight loss and all this stuff. And this whole thing, we like it because it's not focused on like, you can't eat this or you have to eat this. It's more like, eat whatever food is going to make you achieve your goal. And if your goal is to lose this much weight and live this kind of life, then maybe you should eat this kind of way. It's very open. It's not saying like, this is how you have to eat, this is the only healthy way to eat. So basically at the beginning, the process is first learning about the program, getting educated. Second phase is getting into ketosis, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. And then experimenting with fasting, intermittent fasting, which is like eating for only a short period of time during the day. Like, for instance, breaking your fast at noon. First thing you eat all day is at noon, and then you eat until 8 o'clock p.m., and then you don't eat anything until noon the next day, which is like, 16 hours or whatever. After that, you can experiment with fasting for 1 day at a time, fasting for 3 days at a time. But right now, we're just doing intermittent fasting. A lot of the experts in the past, or a lot of just fitness fanatics in the past, they always talk about how you need to eat 6 small meals a day. You have to constantly be eating because that's what keeps your metabolism. You have to constantly be eating because that's what keeps your metabolism up. And if you do fast, then your metabolism slows down. And what we're learning is that fasting actually has the opposite effect. That rather, it's not slowing your metabolism down, but it's helping your body switch from burning the food that you're eating 6 times a day to burning the fat that your body has stores of. So if you're not eating food, your body is still going to burn as many calories. It pulls it from your fat cells. So it brings me back to getting into ketosis. The ketogenic diet, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. It's not just a low-carb diet, though it is low-carb. It's kind of a specific ratio of macronutrients, or rather a specific range of macronutrient ratios. And the one that we're trying to stick to is 10% carbs, 20% protein, 70% fat. So of all the calories that we consume in a day, and I'm looking at it more like of all the calories I consume at one time during the day, I'm looking to hit, of those calories, 70% of them are from fat, 20% of them from protein, 10% from carbs. The third phase of this process, and actually kind of a part of the fasting phase, is that fasting for 2 or 3 days can help to reset your gut biome. And your gut biome is basically all the little critters, the beneficial critters that you have in your gut that help you break down, digest your food, help you absorb different kinds of nutrients. And the theory is that a lot of the people who suffer from not being able to lose weight as quickly as they'd like to, or not being able to keep weight off, is not always necessarily just because of the level of their willpower, because there are a lot of people who have no willpower, can eat whatever they want to, and they never gain weight. And then there are a lot of people who can just like look at a piece of cake and instantly gain like 5 pounds. The specific diversity of your gut biome or your gut flora may potentially have a huge impact on your weight, and not only on your weight but on your general health. So anyway, this ketogenic diet right now, I'm eating 70% fat, 20% protein, 10% carbs. I weighed 215 pounds on April 30th. May 22nd, I'm 201.4. So I've lost 13 pounds in 3 weeks. I'm eating a ton of fat. I'm eating very, very few carbs. And I'm not working out at all. And I do think exercise is good, but I don't necessarily think it's great for weight loss. I think a lot of people convince themselves that working out is what's going to help them to lose weight. And I think that actually that can backfire a lot, because for people like me who hate working out, thinking that that's what it takes, I just want to give up. Because, you know, I watch a lot of weight loss shows, and a lot of these people, like, they'll go to these resorts where they go and work out and eat like salads all day for 6 months straight. And yes, they lose a lot of weight, but then when they get home, it's like they think they have to work out for 4 hours a day, every day. And that's what's driving the weight loss. I think working out can be really great for your health, great for your heart, great for your muscles. And also I think it can be great to get your endorphins going and you know, get your blood pumping. It's all good stuff. But in terms of weight loss, I don't think it's as helpful as a lot of people think it is. And it's not all about calories. Weight loss is not about calories in, calories out. But anyway, I'm not working out right now for this first month that we're eating this way, because I kind of want to prove a point. I already know it to be true for myself, but I kind of want to prove a point to anyone who I may talk to about it. I want to be able to say, I lost this many pounds. This is all fat I ate. This is all the like traditionally like crappy stuff I ate, and still I lost a ton of weight. Obviously, to some extent, different diets are going to work differently for different people in terms of weight loss. But I think in terms of overall health, this diet will probably be a good choice for a lot of people, because a high-fat diet has been shown to lead to a lot of health benefits. So anyway, the whole point of a ketogenic diet, at least for us right now, is to get into ketosis. And ketosis is when your body has now switched from burning sugar, burning glycogen stores, to burning ketone bodies. Ketone bodies are basically what your body produces from burning its own fat. When you're not eating food and when you're not eating a ton of sugar, your body has to figure out another way of getting energy that it needs. So it will start taking energy from your fat stores. There's some significant evidence to support that being in ketosis is great for Alzheimer's and dementia. A lot of stuff that has to do with your brain health. A lot of people, including me, report when they're in ketosis that feeling like their mind is like super powerful. Like they just feel like they can do anything. They're really clear. There's like no more brain fog. My door's creaking open. Overall, I just feel good. Like I have a slight heart arrhythmia that has bothered me for quite a few years. you know, I notice that when I eat sugar, when I eat bread, when I eat rice, grain, whatever, my chest hurts and my heart kind of palpitates. And not only that, but I just feel gross. You know, I don't feel great. I don't feel balanced. But since being in ketosis, I feel totally balanced. Like my heart is very even, steady. I have a lot of energy. I don't feel hungry all the time. And that's a big one. And even when I have cravings, they're not like these like, oh my gosh, I gotta have this. I gotta have a pizza, you know. I think about pizza and I go, wow, that really sounds good right now. Shoot. But I don't feel like I'm going to do anything it takes to get a pizza in my system right now, you know? And the other cool thing is that even though I'm tending to stay away from carbohydrates, I can make allowances. Like, I can just say one day, you know what? I'm going to have a couple bites of pizza, and then I can just counteract it with a bunch of fat, you know? I can either put a whole bunch of fatty things on the pizza, like I can put a ton of bacon and cheese and like dip it in a really nice fatty ranch sauce and like put a bunch of butter on there, and as long as I stay within my macronutrient goals, I'm good. It won't bring me out of ketosis. And this whole time I've been realizing I'm not looking in the dead center of the camera. I'm kind of looking up. There's like a smudge on the lens. I'm just kind of looking at that smudge, but I'll try to look more in the camera. Anyway, all this to say, I like talking about this stuff. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm pretty passionate about it, only because, not even because I enjoy debating with people about it, but because I really, like, I was in Costco a couple weeks ago. Saw this older couple they were comparing nutrition labels on two bags. One bag was some kind of multigrain cracker, and the other one was Skinny Pop popcorn. And the man said, oh, Skinny Pop, that must be better for me. And they were comparing the fat content. He's like, oh, well, it has just as much fat as the multigrain crackers. And then they ended up just getting both anyway. But all that to say, it actually kind of breaks my heart when I see people who really care about their health. They're looking at food labels, but what they've been told all their lives is that they need to look out for fat, eat, you know, healthy carbohydrates, which apparently includes grains and corn and, you know, popcorn and like all this stuff that's not all that great for them anyway, but also is not going to help them lose weight. I feel like this information isn't getting out there fast enough, and it's not getting into the mainstream. But anyway, more about gut health. My brother is actually doing a documentary right now. He's trying to raise support to actually get the documentary made, but it's all about gut health and how it can play a role in our health and in our weight loss. And I'll actually put the link to that down in the description because I think you guys might enjoy that. But anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting for now. Tell me what you guys think about if you guys have done ketosis in the past, or if you're doing it now, or if you've never heard of it. I just want to like discuss it with you guys in the comments. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for hearing me rant. Thanks for staying with me, and I'll probably have another video up in a couple days, end of this week maybe. But in the meantime, see ya.